Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a great Saturday and a great weekend. Well, it's European Down weekend. So I am working, starting from this side, working this way. And I'm right on the front of this house here. I do love that roof there and the way they made it blue. So yeah, we're just going to be working on the house and some of the framing, I guess you might say, in the front of the house. So how's everybody doing? Is everybody doing okay? Holy cow, what a week. And then yesterday, it was late. It was probably like 6, 7 o'clock. I opened up the door to let Molly out, and there is an inch of snow on the porch. I was like, really? Oh my goodness. I wasn't even expecting that. Well, no wonder this hurts, and that hurts, and this hurts, and that hurts. I hadn't even looked at the weather since I got done on Wednesday at work, so. Yep, not happening. Not happening. So, not much went on yesterday. Now, let's see. Yesterday was Friday. So, Thursday, the guys came to my daughter's house that we're going to put up their, I'll call it a pole barn-ish thing. It's made out, it's a metal building. We call them pole barns in Kansas. So they finished that, last night, I guess. So that was fun. So I got to see that go up, but I wasn't there all day. I showed up on Thursday to see, they about got the framing done. And my daughter had to go to the grocery store. So we off to the grocery store we went. Nothing too exciting there. And then yesterday I showed up and they almost had all the siding on. So they finished what they had to do. She said they got there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's just exciting that nobody in our whole family has ever built anything from the ground up. So it was kind of interesting to see that process. Of course, when I was married to my kids' dad, he did siding for a living. Sorry, I had to have drink coffee. And, yeah. So that wasn't exactly building the place from the ground up, I mean, these were on existing houses where we were putting siding, because somebody had decided they wanted steel or vinyl siding, so we were just putting it in there. So, yeah. And Thursday, since I had to go to the grocery store, I can't resist buying something to make that's going to last 2 or 3 days, so I made my Skillet fiesta, which basically is hamburger fried with onions and green peppers. And then you add canned tomatoes and a can of corn. And I used 2 of those packages of Uncle Ben's Spanish rice, that you cook for 90 seconds, because I told you, rice here at 8,000, almost 9,000 feet does not cook all the way through. I had the worst time. And then I found this, so I put 2 of those in there and, about 12 ounces of water, and cooked that all up, and all the flavoring from the Spanish rice comes off of the rice, and kind of flavors the meat and everything. And then, you let some of that water soak into that rice. And, yeah, it's yummy. And it makes a big gob of it. I think I filled half of a, what do you call it, a Dutch oven is the name of that pan. It's not my big 12 quart, so maybe it's 6 quarts. I don't know. Just kind of guessing. So, yeah, it's yummy. I was talking to my sister, and she asked me what I was doing. I told her I was eating it. And she goes, well, what is that? And I go, you don't remember this? My mother made this back when I was in high school. And of course, along the way, we've had it a couple thousand times. She didn't remember that stuff at all. So now, the original recipe did call for minute rice. So you would fry up all your hamburger and onion and green pepper, and then put 2 cups of water in, and then you'd add a cup of minute rice, and you add the tomatoes. I don't know about the corn. See, I've morphed it into what I like now, so I can't really remember the recipe. But you used to use minute rice, and I cannot to this day stand minute rice. So I like to use long grain rice, and when I was at lower altitude, I would make it with long grain rice. I'd just cook the rice separately and throw it in there, and it'd absorb all the liquid and stuff, and use the appropriate cumin and stuff like that. We didn't cook with cumin when I was at home, because I didn't even know it existed until about 15 years ago. What can I say? I've been living in a void somewhere. So yeah, so I made that all up. So I'll be eating on it today and probably part of tomorrow, or throw it in the freezer. I'm not real sure, depending how much of it is left, but I just love it. I think we originally got the recipe, come on, from one of the Jewel tea stores that they had there when we lived. I don't remember where we shopped. It seems like we shopped in Glen Ellen, but there might have been a Jewel tea there when I lived in Lisle, outside of Chicago. But I can remember going to the store, and they'd have, once a week, they'd have different things that they, tested or whatever, and then you got to try it, and then they gave you the recipe, of course, and everything while you were, trying it in a little cup. And of course, we loved it right off the bat, so we had to make it, and I've been making it for probably close to 40 years. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been into high school. So, yeah. Oh, the color of the thread is 3865, if you didn't know. But, yeah. But it goes a long way, and, it'd probably feed 10 people for one meal or more. But, when we fixed it at home, we'd have it for leftovers the next night. So it was always great that way. I'm going to leave those 2 over there. But anyway, so that's about as much excitement as it gets. And I'm still in a dilemma about that big landscape that I'm doing. I don't know. I'm only on one color, and I've about wasted 2 whole threads of this one color, but I'm not liking the half cross stitch at all, so I'm not real clear on what I'm going to do with it. I put it down so that I could think about it for a while. Yeah. And then in my brain, that, we'll call it gilded horse. I've been looking, I picked this, if I can get a hold of it, these beads up when I was talking about it. And I just don't know. I'm going to have to put it to a test and do part of the gilded part and see what those beads look like on it. But I may just use these gold bead, and then I'm thinking in my brain, well, what if I don't have enough? Yeah. So that's another thing that's in there, mulling over. So I don't know. If you got any suggestions, or And I have no idea where to get any other beads that would be bigger. Those are kind of small, like the seed beads. Boy, it's nice to work on 11 count. Because I spent a good couple hours trying to figure that landscape out. I'd put in two threads, and then I'd put in 3 threads. Well, I didn't like this. I didn't like that. Then I used the 4. Then I had to take that out. It's like, holy mackerel. Yeah, I was hoping. Just hoping. So, I don't know. I watched, well, I think I'm on episode 5 of Finding Anna. And it's by Shonda Land that did Bridgerton and Grey's Anatomy. So, yeah, I'm not real sure that, yeah, it's all right. You know, it's not going the way I thought it would go. It's more on the scale of the journalist trying to get a story out of this person than it is. It's more about them telling you how she got into the situation that she got into. So, yeah. Okay. Turn that around and see if it'll work. I lost my other thimble, so I'm stuck with these thimbles, and I'm not caring for them at all. Let me try something else. Where is that bag? I know there's got to be a bag. I mean, you can't spit without there being a bag. Of something. My desk is just an absolute wreck. I'm going to go to the liquor store and get 2 boxes. And just throw everything in the box. And, yeah, kind of go from there. We're going to see how this works. And if it does or doesn't work. So, yeah, I'm just kind of limping along with it. God dang it, that just drives me nuts. You know what it's like to lose your favorite thing in the whole wide world? Get down, please. You know she has to do this every time, right? Okay, just forget it. Sorry I asked. There we go. I'm telling you. So I watched a little of Netflix yesterday and sat here and I did a couple videos, but you know, that doesn't take any time and then you're back to sitting. So I worked on my bluebird diamond painting. It's getting close to done. I may have a finish by Tuesday, but don't hold your breath. We'll see. I'm trying to get it out of the way so I can get back to the bigger one. Since I have all the what do you call it? The beads, or I got them out and I've got them, what do you call it? All kitted up. Jeez. But we just needed a stitch with me, and here's a European town, so why not, right? And I haven't worked on this all week, so just kind of giving my hands a break. I was watching Cheryl McKinney this morning. Oh gosh, I want to say Sentimental Journey. Maybe that's not the word. I'll put it down below once I look it up, and I'll put it in the description box. But Cheryl McKinney has one that she just does the diamond painting on, or other crafty things besides stitching. She got a beautiful diamond painting from Dreamer Design. Just beautiful. Colors are gorgeous, and it's huge. It's like 3 feet by 3 feet-ish. 2 feet by 3 feet, like poster size. It's beautiful. But I don't need any more projects. Because I'd really like to get back to my, we'll call it Chinese mountain picture there. Also like to start that blue one that I got yesterday. And it's a small one, so it may replace the bird once the bird's finished. But I'd like to get the bird done. It's about 3/4 of the way done. I just sat there and diamond painted and didn't pay attention to the time, and just felt good to do for a change. Just went off and zoned off into another world. I'm telling you, that's what diamond painting does. I get lost. I'm gonna pick up those 2 down here so we don't have to come back at it. Well, we got just a tad bit extra thread here. Alright. Now we can get rid of that thread. But not going anywhere, not doing anything. Y'all doing anything for Valentine's Day or anything? I know I'm not. I have to work on Monday. But what is going on here? Seriously. From 10 to 3 is what I work on, or work at on Monday. So it's my short day. Kind of a catch-up day, if you will. Well, my daughter was supposed to go on Friday to her appointment, but the doctor had a, what do you call it, an emergency, like a family emergency, personal emergency, I'll call it. So he had to go do something else, so they had to reschedule her appointment to see the specialist on somewhere down, it's in the 20s, I don't remember what she said exactly, of this month. So she was not real happy. got all of that part done. I wish I could say that things were busier around here, but it just gets flat out boring in the middle of winter. I'm ready for spring. I like to see the flowers out and green leaves on the trees, and yeah, it's going to be a hot moment. It won't happen until like May around here. Now, if you go down to like Salida, which is about 40 minutes away from where I live, where we go to Walmart and the other thrift store, they tend to get their leaves on the trees a little bit earlier than that, maybe in April. It depends, you know, how the snow's doing, because sometimes we'll get late snow in like April or so. We're just that much higher. So my son really gets snow sometimes even in June where he lives. It just depends what the winter's been like. And we haven't gotten a whole bunch of snow at all. I mean, for up here, and saying you live in the mountains, you'd think that you'd get tons and tons of snow. But yeah, that's not been happening this month, or this year, or this winter. We've been getting like 4 or 5 inches, maybe. That was like the most we ever got. So, there you are. I don't get it. But it's okay for me, because I hate shoveling. I hate having to knock it off my car. And if I know it's gonna snow, I'll back my car in so that the sun hits it, you know, earlier. Because as it is, it doesn't do it until late in the day. So, but there's not that much out there on the car today, so it won't be too big of a deal. And I despise having to, what do you call it? Scrape off ice. It just drives me nuts. And kills my shoulder at the same time. I noticed on that show last night that director used, I think 2, possibly 3 people that were on Grey's Anatomy in this. They had Meredith's father. He plays a journalist. And Meredith's mother, Ellis, as some rich lady. And then there was that girl. She was when they were not trying to sell the thing, but make the hospital more efficient, she came in and she took over Richard's job. I don't know her real name. She was in it. So if you watched Grey's, you might know some of these people. I don't watch it when it's on Thursday nights or anything like that. Yikes. About lost my needle. I think there's some back stitching here in these windows, but I'm not real sure. I'd have to look at the actual pattern page. I told you I found the booklet. I had 1 bag for the thread, and I had another bag with just the booklet in it. So I got those condensed down. Like, no wonder I can't find anything. I'm overdoing myself. I got this orange whipped in this window. I have to go back and get that blue color. And there's one more symbol, so it's not so bad. I wish I'd work on this more. Just gotta concentrate and focus. As it is, I get something new in, and oh, I want to start that, or I want to work on that. Yeah. We have sparkly squirrels around here. They're just running rampant. Can't even get back to, what is it? My Bristol orphanage. It just sits there. Stares at me going, are you going to pick me up? Come on. Come on. Pick me up. I don't feel like counting today. You know, it's how it happens. Some days it's just too much effort. I sure wish I knew what I did with that stupid thimble. I put it somewhere. I'm just not sure quite where it is at. I'm looking here in my little bag of tricks. Nope. It's time to take the what do you call it? My orts out of there and put it in a baggie. I have to clean out my other one because every time I go and put a, you know, an end of a thread in there and I go to take my hand away, it grabs about 900 pieces, so you know it's too full. So, but I started filling that up last year, so might time to do something else. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do about that other big landscape. I may just take out what I've got out, which isn't too much. It's a pain in the neck on 14 count, I'll tell you. That stitching on that 14 count reminds me of stitching on 18 count regular material. It just, oh God, it's just so small. I don't know. But I'm just not liking the way it looks. And having it in a kit, you're kind of under the gun with that thread. If I was doing it, you know, by myself, you know, counted, and I had bought the thread, I wouldn't worry so much. But if you're going to run out of thread, it's just not happening. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? I don't know what to do about the bead situation on the horse. I can't get it. So, we'll see. Little dilemmas, you know, that kind of fill my life. It's like, why did I think about doing that? That was kind of, wasn't stupid, it's just, well, that didn't work out the way I thought it was going to work out. Does that make sense to anybody? Trying to get this stupid thread to, there we go. And we got to do that. kind of start to see windows in this. Where did I stitch that? Oh, I lost where I was stitching. I know. The thread's attached on the bottom. Hello. I'm telling you, some days you should live in my brain. But pre-stamp is about all I can handle these days because I don't have to count. Some days counting is hard. Hard, hard, hard. I like the feel of this canvas after it's been stitched. It feels like tapestry or needlepoint. That's what it reminds me of, is needlepoint. I used to do needlepoint, but I kind of got away from it. There just wasn't, I don't know, a challenge. I don't know how to make all the fancy stitches. Is that still needlepoint or is that petty point? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I never got in that big kids group. I just did regular needlepoint and you just went in one direction. Did a continental. Nope. On to other things, I guess. I did like my embroidery back then, so that kept me occupied. And I like thinking about doing embroidery. I mean, I like the way it looks and, you know, and everything, but it's not such a big thing like cross stitch. You're pretty limited when I go to these stores, that is, you know, on what they have in embroidery. I don't have any desire to do silk embroidery. That won't be happening in my lifetime ever. No. Unless it's on a bigger piece than that one little thing. I was like, are you kidding? That thing and being a knot so fast it'd make your head spin. Nope. And I always had a problem when I was in home ec stitching on silk or snow. I'm more your cotton polyester. Yeah, we used a lot of polyester in the 70s. But yeah, no, I don't even want to stitch on wool. So yeah, that's the way that goes. I am not going to make it back through here. Because I always figured I'd screw it up. And satin, what is that stuff? Taffeta and satin, taffeta and satin and silk were not something that you stitched and, oh, I made a mistake, and then you rip it out. No, that material is not forgiving at all. No. Absolutely no. Yeah. Not happening. Well, we about got that done in 4 strands. Hang on, I'm trying to get a hold of my scissors. They sit so flat on that mat thing that it won't work. So it'd be interesting here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 more colors just in that window. So I don't know if I'll go get some blue or get another piece of that orange and just finish that up, because I don't have a desire to go anyplace else. I just want this part done. Then I'll have to work on those plus signs. Yeah, I gave up. It was just driving my eyes buggy for right now. So we'll just do a little bit of it at a time. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell, and that way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.